Today I'm going to show you how I use my iPad for sewing. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Today I want to talk to you about my best buddy for sewing, and that is my iPad. So there are a lot of ways you can use your iPad to manage your time, manage your projects, lots and lots of different uses. So I'm going to go over the top 10 ways that I like to use my iPad to enhance my sewing experience. I'd like to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. We have quite a few lately, and it just warms my heart and makes me feel so good. So if you like my videos, give us a like and a share maybe, and also click that subscribe button below if you haven't already done that. All right, so I'm going to get right to the point. 10 ways I use my iPad for sewing. And I will say that I have the iPad Pro 2020. There are many other iPad models that you can use to enhance your sewing time. The iPad Air is another great one. Any iPad that can accept an Apple Pencil is going to be a plus, but you can use most of these applications without anything but a simple, even older iPad. So I'm going to go through and just tell you how I use mine. So the experience of using an Apple Pencil is great in the first place, just because it's so much better than a mouse on a computer. You can just get to fine details, and it's just a whole lot easier. But if you don't have one, there's still much of this that will apply to you. The first way I use my iPad is kind of the obvious, and that is to download patterns. Basically, I store all of my patterns on my Google Drive, which I can then pull up on my phone if I'm shopping, so that way I can check yardages and all those kind of things. And once you have a lot of patterns, you might want to just see how many tops you have and that kind of thing, and you can get right to the pattern by having it in a Google Drive. So that is one way that I use my iPad just completely. I never crack a computer for a sewing pattern. So another way that I use my iPad for sewing is in fashion sketching. So you can actually try on a pattern that you're sewing by drawing the pattern on your body, so you can see if it's going to match your body type. So the sketches, the rough sketch of your body is called a croquis. And if you go to mybodymodel.com, you can actually purchase a croquis that's made from your measurements, which is just phenomenal. That is what I use. It's much better than a generic one. You can actually see how something is going to look on your body. It's amazingly wonderful to do. You can even grab screenshots of the fabric, all kinds of things to make it realistic. This is the Patterns for Pirates Hepburn that I made myself when I was preparing to go to Mexico last year, which actually got canceled, and I'm going in a month from next week. So if you'd like to purchase a My Body Model croquis for yourself, there's a link in the description that will give you a coupon that will take a percentage off for you. So check that out. And once you start sketching your outfits, it'll open your eyes to how things really look on you. I used to think that there are certain things I couldn't wear. I would never have made something like this. In my wildest dreams, I never would have thought that that would look okay on me. But I made it, and I feel pretty good in it, actually. So I can't wait to wear that when we go to dinner in Mexico. So I sketch most things that I make for myself on my body model to just try it out and see, is this pattern going to look okay? It also helps you with the length of things. So like for instance, I learned by this way that I actually look better in tops that are a little shorter. So if I wear a long top over, wider leg pants, I look frumpy. And I would never have thought that. I always thought that I could hide all that stuff, and it really doesn't. It's worse to hide it. It really is, because it makes you look 10 times larger than what you are. So free yourself to be able to wear things you never thought you could wear by using my body model. The program that I use for that is Procreate. So if you pull up Procreate, you can actually just use your pencil and sketch right on there. This is actually a file that I did to cut out on my Cricut. Here I am wearing a Nokia top from Sinclair that I plan to make soon. So sketching is just a fabulous thing to do. It really, really helps you to determine what your best assets are and how to accentuate them. Instead of trying to cover up the negative, accentuate the positive. I actually did a whole video series on choosing the patterns that are right for you. So if you want to go back and watch that, I'll put the link to that playlist right up here for you. The third thing I like to do is to categorize all of my patterns. So I like to group the independent designers together, for instance, and then I have all of them, 5 out of 4, Love Notions, Ellie Mac, and lots of different ones. And I'll just show you how they come up there. And actually, when you open one, you can actually go to the PDF and read the entire thing. Another way that you can check things out while you're shopping. So this is a great app to get. The app is called Sewing Patterns. It is available for both iPad and Android. So check it out. This is also available on your iPhone as well. The fourth thing I like to do is organize my fabric stash. So let me show you that. I have many different things I organize in Trello, but fabric stash is one of them. And I go shelf by shelf and just take a photo and put how much yardage I have in there of each thing. And that way I know what I have and can know where to find it in my massive collection of fabrics. So Trello is an amazing program. It's just a wonderful app. You can organize anything under the sun. The other thing that I like to do is keep a database of all of my projects. So here is so far this year. This is my inspiration. This is my Make 9. So if you go over here, here are all the things I made in January. Here are all the things I made in February, and so on. So another thing I like to do with Trello is just put little reminders for myself. Like in a month, you know, like in November, I might put a reminder to sew that Christmas dress that I bought fabric for and didn't get to last year, that kind of thing. I know we all do those things, so that is one way to tackle that problem. So, and I like to think about Trello as like Pinterest that's private. It's like your own private little Pinterest. You can share the board with someone. For instance, we do a Christmas shopping one, and I add my husband to it so he can also check it and put things in there that he's purchased for our grandkids and things. So that is a fantastic app, and it's also online, and it's also, I believe they also have it on Android. And you can also do this on your phone, not just the iPad. So it's definitely a fantastic app to have. I love my Cricut, and I love being able to just Bluetooth it over to my Cricut from my iPad. It's so convenient. You can also do it on a computer, but it's just so convenient to sit and sort of figure out your designs with a cup of coffee on the couch, and then just come up here, grab the materials, and cut. I love Cricut Design Space on the iPad, and I believe you can also do this on an Android tablet as well. So the other thing that I like to do is to create SVG files for Cricut. So I like to take hand lettering, which I also do in Procreate, like I showed you. So the same app that I use for sketching, I also, and here's another one where you'd need to have the pencil. Here's a t-shirt that I actually designed for my granddaughter. This is a quote from her favorite book series, and it's there by Jenny Coate, and they're just fantastic adventures for kids. Really, really nice book series. And she loved this quote, so I put this on a t-shirt for her, and I designed it in Procreate. And then what you can do is you can take the background and take it off, and then you have just a transparent background. You can save it as a PNG, and then that'll go right into Cricut for you, where you can use it like an SVG. You could also use Adobe Illustrator or Affinity Designer or Affinity Photo, any program like that you could use. Pencil makes that really a lot easier, and you just can be just as individual as you'd like to be with your Cricut. So the other thing I like to do is browse Pinterest and try to find things that I might want to make, might want to copy a street look or whatever. And you can just save things to your Pinterest while you're sort of sipping on coffee. One of my favorite things to do. And of course, I also use my iPad to print patterns. That is when I do print patterns, because I also use my iPad to communicate right with my projector. That works in Affinity Designer, and I did demonstrate that. If you go to my projector series, you'll see me doing that, pulling those up in there. So that's basically 9 things that I do. Number 10 is obvious. We all do this. You can do this on your phone or your iPad or your computer, some televisions even, and that is to watch other YouTubers. I love to get ideas from all the different YouTubers that are out there. Some of my favorites, of course, Karina is a very good friend of mine from Lifting Pins and Needles. I love Whitney. She's also a friend from Tomcat Stitchery. I think Claire from Penguin and Pear has a lot of really nice videos that I enjoy. And some others I enjoy that are just maybe not sewing related, but kind of apply. I like Jennifer Maker, who has a lot of Cricut ideas. I like Mr. Crafty Pants. He does crafts, and they're all done on Cricut. Just a lot of different, oh, another one is Maker's Gonna Learn, and that is another Cricut site that I subscribe to. So there are tons and tons of uses, and there's probably some that I did not even cover that you might want to put in the comments. If you use your iPad or tablet of any kind for that matter, put it in the comments. I'd love to see that. Also, feel free to visit my Amazon store, where I have links to all the iPad, the pencil, all those things that I use. All the sewing things that I use in general are on my influencer store. So, but I will put a link to the iPad, a couple different versions, in the description, so that if you're trying to decide which one to buy, you can check them out. All right, I hope that helps. I know this video is not for everyone. Not everyone likes to do mobile things. Some people just like a computer. And, if you don't have one, don't feel bad, because a lot of these things are fun and extra, but they just make the experience so much more fun for me and so much more productive. So something that I'm wearing is going to be released on Friday, and I will have a video review of that item. So, and then shortly thereafter, I'll be having a review of something else that I'm wearing. So there you go. I'll leave you guessing. Probably you don't have to, but anyway, I will see you soon. Happy sewing.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe.